Hey, what's up everyone? This is Steven, aka StenForce W, and I've been gone for the past few weeks, most of January, in Arizona, and I live in Massachusetts, so that's across the country for me. I was on vacation, but more on that later. The point is, now I'm back, and what I'm going to do is I'm really committed to becoming a YouTube partner, to working on my YouTube account and getting lots of videos on there with shorter intervals in between the videos, like uploading videos more often. That's the goal for me. And those of you who have followed me for a while will know that there's a theme with my account or like my Twitter or anything, and that's that I say that a lot. I say I'm gonna get really popular, I'm gonna work on it, I'm gonna make a bunch of videos. I do that all the time, but I never do it. But now I mean it this time. Like there's a fire inside of me that wants to get really popular on YouTube. With Prime Productions is now spanning 3 channels, maybe even 4. And the website too, I'm gonna get that updated too. And so the point is, you can expect a lot from me now. The cool thing is, at least on my channel, there's a variety of videos that are going to be coming out. Anything from gameplays like Call of Duty or other video games, to machinimas, to vlogs, to reviews, to really special effects heavy, time intensive videos, like the one I'm working on now. It's going to be coming out in the spring, I guess. So yeah, subscribe, because it's really worth your time, and I could really use the support on my channel. So yeah, my vacation in Arizona, it was nice. There was a bit in the middle where we didn't really do anything, and it was kind of boring, but I'm fine with that as long as I'm away from crappy New England with the awful weather. And this being January, it's not the most delightful place on the planet. So I was content to just be away from my job and this state. So even the boring parts were fine. We went down there to see my cousin get married, my cousin Alex. It was really cool. They did this thing where at the end they ran through like a tunnel of everyone holding sparklers, which was pretty cool. He had this ring. It's a black ring made out of tungsten and carbide. That was really cool. Much cooler than black. Much cooler than regular gold. What else did we do? We went climbing this mountain, or hiking, I guess. We went hiking up this mountain. That was pretty fun. When we got to the top, there was a bee floating around us, and I just want to use this time to mention what people do when there's a bee around. You guys don't know. Everyone freaks out, and they start smacking at it, or running away, or freaking out, yelling, screaming. The bee is just an animal, okay? It's an insect. It's not hell-bent on stinging you. The only way it's gonna get pissed off at you is if you piss it off. I think I'm the only one I know who just lets the bee do his thing. Right here. Here's some footage of it. It landed on my foot. That's my shoe. And he's just chilling there. And then he flew away for good. He didn't come back. If you swipe at it, freak out, if you don't hit it, then the bee is gonna get excited. He's gonna think oh, it must be something good here, or he's gonna get pissed off and sting you. Just leave him alone and let him get bored, and he'll fly away. It's living proof of that. But, seeing as I'm around people all the time who freak out when they see a bee. I'm just as long as I'm next to them, I'm just as likely to get stung whether I'm doing anything or not. But, you know, unless you're eating flowers for lunch, he's probably not gonna stick around. Just for fun, I got some B-roll of the sky in Arizona. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but you never know when you need stock footage of a desert sky. Literally, you never know. I have no clue. What else did we do? We went to the zoo. Right? Wait, what's this? Oh, I saw a lizard. There he is. He's on the side of the rock. I like lizards. Okay. We went to the zoo. Let's see, let's go over some of the things I saw. I saw a peacock. That was cool. I saw piranhas in a tank. They were cool. I saw bald eagles. Those guys were really cool to look at. I saw this weird little bird. He was quite kooky, but very charming. I enjoyed him a lot. An iguana. It's not really doing much. And a tortoise that was doing a surprising amount of things. Like, he was walking around and being active. Never seen that in a tortoise when I go to the zoo. There's a tiger there I get some good pictures of. He was roaring earlier, but by the time I got there with the camera, he stopped making any noise. Same thing with this bird. He was making all sorts of cool noises and tweets and calls. By the time I got over there, he stopped making any noise. I was over there, and he was, like, singing and stuff, and I turned the camera on, and he stopped. It's like, come on, work with me here. There was the part where you can, like, walk in to, like, the bird cage. I always like those in different zoos. And these hornbills, they were crazy. I actually got them making noise. That was fun. This elephant, I've seen this a lot from elephants lately in, like, zoos or busch gardens in Florida. They move, like, side to side like they're dancing, and I don't know what that means, but I think it's funny. Then they have this cool savanna part in the middle with, like, ostriches and giraffes and, like, wild African cattle. That was cool. And then there was a lion roaring. I think you can hear it in the footage, but of course, I'm running over there, and by the time I get there, he stops. So yeah, as we were leaving, there was a tiger who had this toy keg, like a beer keg, and he was playing with it and moving it around back and forth, and you know, he has the thing where, like, he's on a hill and the walls come up from the bottom of the hill. He had walked away to go into the water, and as he was walking away, the keg rolled down the hill. And I have not seen an animal in the zoo move so fast. He ran down that hill. He, like, jumped and glided down the hill to get to that thing. Almost like it was his cub or something. And he kept looking for ways to try and get it up the hill. He never did. He gave up eventually, but he kept trying to... He didn't really want to roll it. He just kept, like, dragging it like a couple feet up the hill, and then he'd stop and he'd lick it. And you could hear his tongue rubbing against it and licking it. And then he went into his pond and, like, got some fish and ate them really fast. So, yeah. Also, so that was as we were leaving, but in the middle there were these two parrots, red macaws, like the Amazonian parrots. And they were a dream come true to photograph. I love those birds. I hope to own one someday. And they would just like hold poses so perfectly. Almost like they knew what was going on. And I'm like, yes, I loved that so much. That was a delight. So yeah, that was my vacation to Arizona in a nutshell, or at least what I took video of. We did other stuff like go to the Science Center, saw some planetarium shows, an IMAX movie about caves. That was really cool. I love IMAX more than anything. What else? That, the wedding, and just hung out with the family. So yeah, it was really fun. Just fun to get away. But the point is, now I'm back, and I'm back with a vengeance. Prime Productions is gonna take over, and you should be there to watch it happen. So click the subscribe button right here. Let me see. Yeah, right here, right? I think it's right here. It might be right here. Left. Okay, yeah, right here. Click. I still don't know. Click this button. Or that button. Click the yellow one that says subscribe. How about that? I'm going to assume that you can read. Click that button. Also, like, comment, whatever. All that jazz. Thank you for your time. Have a good night.